drones keep our guys safe on the ground with an aerial perspective, and the 3D modeling gives us exact measurements for precise job scope. Give us a call today. We'll be happy to provide you with a complimentary drone inspection. We look forward to keeping your home and your family safe.
Open Road Cadillac has new vehicles in stock, perfect for any family. Browse our used vehicle inventory, expertly inspected and ready for new drivers. Shop online now at morristowncadillac.com.
For years, it had been the same routine, working all night. Ah, those beautiful faces. I wanted more, for me, for them, for our futures. There was this day that something changed, a simple moment of dress-up. It opened my eyes.
Take charge of your future and go big at CCM.
David A. Santini, CPA, LLC, providing financial peace of mind. Let us take the stress out of taxes for you too. Peace, love, and taxes. David A. Santini, CPA, LLC, providing financial peace of mind. Let us take the stress out of taxes for you too. Peace, love, and taxes.
Einhorn Barbarito, Frost Botwinick, Nunn & Musmano is a full-service law firm guiding you through divorce, estate planning, personal injury, criminal defense, and other life-changing events. To learn more, visit us at einhornlawyers.com. Einhorn Barbarito, with you every step of the way. Have you or someone you love been seriously injured? The personal injury lawyers of Einhorn, Barbarito, Frost, Botwinick, Nunn, and Musmano can help you seek compensation to ease the road of recovery ahead. To learn more, visit us at einhornlawyers.com. Einhorn Barbarito, with you every step of the way.
This game is brought to you by Aaron Mizzarelli of State Farm in Randolph. My licensed and experienced team members are here to serve you for all of your insurance and financial service needs in New Jersey and New York. We offer excellent customer service, and our office is conveniently located in Randolph, New Jersey. For a free auto, home, life, or business quote, visit us at aaronmizzarelli.com or call us at 973-389-9999.
Hi, I'm Dan from George J. Keller & Sons. My family-owned company has provided superior service to local homeowners since 1980. And based on the strength of our commitment to you and your positive reviews and feedback, we are now a GAF 3-star President's Club winner. That's right, one of 30 winners out of 2,600 Master Elite dealers nationwide. Our seasoned pros provide the best service and quality products from beginning to end of your project. Give us a call today for your free estimate.
Third down to give. Montella cuts back up the middle, and he's over 1,000 yards, and he's off to the races.
Up in the air, blocked down!
Dumping in, wide open net. Too easy right there.
Holly Chapman, she'll take off from the wing. That one's good.
Webb trying to get the pin.
Here we go.
And it got it! That would win it for Warren Hill.
Great senior night ceremony here at Lenby Valley High School.
A 63 save performance by Casey Connor, the Crimson.
And he break his record. Penty Edwards wins it.
First game of your conference schedule.
So good, and we're all so pumped and just happy to
Lineups ahead tonight on more Sussex Sports.
Good evening and welcome to another Big State Sports Live broadcast on the YouTube channel for the first round of the NJSIAA Section 2 Group 3 state playoffs. We are live in Long Valley at West Morris High School on the Pete Piccirillo Field in the Mandelbaum Press Box, home of the West Morris Wolfpack, who are 7-2 in the North 3 Liberty White under head coach Kevin Henley. Tonight they host the 5-4 Wayne Hills Patriots, representing the North 3 Patriot White under 11-year head coach Wayne Demikoff. I'm your play-by-play announcer, Danny Weiss, alongside color analyst Howie Weiss. My producer for this evening is Andrew Brown, and at the camera is Paul Leal. But first, tonight's weather at 61 degrees is sponsored by ICS, keeping you cool when it's hot and warm when it's cold. Go to ICSHVAC.com for all your comfort needs. And we're in the Mandelbaum Barrett broadcast booth. Since 1930, Mandelbaum Barrett PC has been a trusted legal partner for all of life's biggest plays, from business deals to personal matters. Our experienced attorney provides hands-on attention and innovative solutions for nearly a century. We've built enduring relationships across diverse industries. Wherever you are, whatever your legal need, and whatever it's personal or professional, Mandelbaum PC is on your team. Learn more at mblawfirm.com. And the opening kickoff is sponsored by Open Road Mazda. First-time car buyers, listen up. Open Road Mazda of Morristown has your back. Discover affordable, dependable vehicles for less than $15K. Backed by a rock-solid 5-day money-back guarantee. Drive with confidence. Drive at Open Road Mazda of Morristown. Check out a link below for more details. If you like this broadcast, please subscribe to Big State Sports on your YouTube channel and notify bell. Booster Clubs. Book your game with Big State Sports now. Email George at bigstatesports.com. And a special thank you to the West Morris Booster Club, the Wolfpacks. So, Howie, let's go right into football today. Starts the first round of the NJSA. Right. Double I North Section 2 Group 3 playoffs for Wayne Hills. Coach Demnikoff has won state titles in 2016 and 2018. Prior to being head coach, he was defensive coordinator under the legendary head coach Chris Olson, winning 8 state championships, and also was part of the second largest winning streak in New Jersey history of 55 straight wins, which ran from 2004 to 2009. The Patriots are going to show us a multiple offense and a 4-3 defense. So we'll talk more about that as the game progresses, Howie. Howie, now let's talk about the home team, the Wolfpack West Morris. The Wolfpack has 10 sectional titles, 15 final appearances. I'm going to hand this over to you. What can you tell us about the rich playoff history of the Kevin Henley era? What will they need to do to continue this playoff run? And give us a little feedback about Pete Piccarello and some history leading into all this.
Well, you know, Danny, thanks, and it's always great to be back here with you. It's been a couple of weeks, and we've been together here. First of all, you've set the table nicely, Danny. You're talking about 2 programs with an amazing tradition of playoff football. You mentioned the long winning streak of Wayne Hills. They were the state powerhouse for years. And now you look at West Morris, and we look at their record. Danny, we're seeing West Morris coming in at 7-2, and the Patriots from Wayne Hills coming in 5-4. And you know what I tell you to do with that, Danny? Throw it out the window, because this is the playoffs. And so what does West Morris do? They don't do anything different. And I know that's crazy. Each opponent is different. Each opponent is prepared for. But West Morris, for some reason, and we've been following them for years, has an ability to pick up the level of intensity for playoff football. Last year, as you remember, they limped into the playoffs and then dominated the championship round to become the state champions. No different this year, Danny. West Morris is here to play, and it goes back, we said it earlier, we were talking to the Wayne Hills staff. We go back, Coach Piccarello was here since, we figured, the 60s. He was here for a long time. Handed the torch off to Coach Henley, who's been here 27 years. And you know what, Danny? Nothing has changed. They win. They know how to win. They know how to get ready for playoff football. They are so pumped. I spoke to some of the players from West Morris, and I asked them, how does last week's loss affect the game? And they said that's beyond them. That's last week. If anything, it made them stronger, because they know they're not invincible. And so what is West Morris going to do? They're going to rely on the tradition that's in their blood, because these young men and their fathers and their grandfathers before them, Danny, have been playing the same system of football for forever.
Yes, and that was a question that I wanted to bring up. You know, how did they recover from last week's loss? But you put it definitely into perspective here.
Yeah, that came right from the players, Danny. I asked them point blank, how was last week's loss going to affect them today?
So we're going to go to National Anthem where we'll be back live.
Westmore Central High School Marching Band on the direction of Mr. Kyle Galaka.
And we're back live again. Danny Weiss alongside Howie Weiss on the Big State Sports YouTube network. Howie, let's talk about the playoff brackets, right? Is it a surprise to see Old Japan coming in at number 1?
No. As a matter of fact, and again, right from the mouth of the Wayne Hills staff, they're still talking about West Morris coming in and doing what they did up in that was Old Japan last year.
Yes.
Yeah, they got dominated by West Morris. They've had a successful season. Being number 1 doesn't surprise anybody.
So the seedings, and let's talk about them real quick since it's a Section 2, Group 3. Old Japan, number 1, is playing Equay. Number 4, Cranford, is home to Summit. And, of course, we're here tonight. We're number 6, Wayne Hills, is in West Morris. And West Essex is home against Dwight Morrow. So if you look at the breakdowns, and we'll talk about it late. As we get later into the game, we're going to know who Wayne Hills would be playing or West Morris.
Yeah, I think last week's loss didn't really affect much. So if West Morris ended up being 2 instead of 3, because there was no way they were going to get to be number 1 seed. If they were number 3, I think they would be easily successful. Maybe they would have, potentially they might not have a home game next week. If they had won last week, perhaps it would be a home game.
Okay, so it looks like Wayne Hills won the toss. They deferred. So just to set the stage here, our scoreboard is to the right. West Morris, of course, is in their blue, and Wayne Hills is in the white with the maroon colors numbers. So we're getting ready to start the game, and again, Wayne Hills will be kicking off from left to right. And we're underway here for some high school.
We're hoping, Danny, that because Wayne Hills was really very accommodating to us, they've given us a ton of stats. Now we have to interpret them. And I'm going to see if I can get everyone some statistics on their kicking game. I know I have some field goals and extra points. Let's see if we can get some information on the return yardage, the kickoff stuff.
So deep for West Morris is Marsa, Brentowitz, and Corkery kicking off.
Danny, today the thought process is if you win the toss, you defer to the second half. I'm a big supporter of that. But I think here on the road, I'm not sure I'd give West Morris the ball to start.
Matthew May set the kick, and we're underway here in West Morris. And Corkery feels it at the 3. He takes it out. He's to the 20, slips up a little bit. Great tackle by number 21, Blenny Sela. And Bracchiaforte, the quarterback for West Morris.
That was a great open field tackle by number 21 from Wayne Hills, Danny, that puts West Morris at not the greatest of field position on the 18-yard line to get it started.
And big number 71, Darian Kim. One of the many big men up front, Bracchiaforte. Brentowitz in motion. Bracchiaforte rolls to his right, plenty of protection, and the ball's batted down by number 15, Armand Rizvani.
I'm surprised, Danny, to see West Morris come out throwing the ball in the first play. They don't pass a lot. It's not their strength, and I'm surprised they didn't run their sweep because their offense is going to stay the same. How they use it is going to be different. Here you're seeing, again, they're slowing it down. Quarterback's coming to the sideline, getting the call from the coach, taking their time, making sure everyone's set. I was just surprised to see a pass to get the game started, but maybe that's what they did. Try to get the defense sleeping a little bit.
Jack Rewick playing outside linebacker. Corkery in motion. And the ball's handed to Corkery. He gets to the 25, down to the 30, and he gets out to the 37-yard line.
That was a nice play. Danny, what West Morris does, and we see it every single game, they're coming at you. They're not going to be fancy. They're coming at you, and they're basically saying, you stop this. Here it is, simply a jet sweep. Here's the block. Borgier right there making a big block on number 3 from Wayne Hills. Corkery makes it all happen. That's a great team play for West Morris.
First down, ball spotted on the 37, number 24. Zavad Marsa, the receiver here on the near side.
Seeing a traditional Delaware type of offense.
And the ball's handed to Peter Miragliata, and he's taken down by the big man, number 71, Darian Kim.
Yeah, we need to keep our eye on number 71, Danny. He's a big boy, and he looks fairly strong. And we're going to watch the replay. Looks like he's that's going to be a matchup for us to watch all day long, Danny. Number 54, Borgia, against number 71 from Wayne Hills. That's a matchup that people should be paying extra money for. Darian, number 71 against 54, Borgia.
2nd down and 9, ball spotted on the 38. Marsa, the receiver, here on the near side. Retchowitz in the slot. Retchowitz in motion. Ball handed off to Miragliota. He cuts to the outside down to the 40, and he's taken out at about the 44.
What Wes Morris does really well, and I was watching Borgia on that play, he's going to pull. From his position as the left guard, he's going to pull. He's going to lead block, meet some resistance right away, and helps spring that corner. Watch Borgia on this play. He's right there on the left offensive guard. There he goes. He ties up the initial contact. I can't see that number, and picked it up about 6-7 yards, making it 3rd and short. That's a nice play by Wes Morris.
3rd down and 3. Forte under center, hands it off to Miragliota. Miragliota cuts between the guard and the tackle.
He's going to be short, Danny. He's going to be short.
Yeah, he's going to be short by a yard.
It's going to be 4th down and 1 for the Pack at their own 46.
Yeah, there's no chance a coach is going to punt. And number 7, Gabe Morgan, the extra tight end, will come into the game as Marsa steps out.
You know, it's interesting when these situations happen here at West Morris, there's not a person from the fans to the crowd to the people up here in the booth that have any expectation that Coach Henley's going to punt. He's going at it. He has all the confidence in the world with his backfield. They got a full house backfield stepping up to the ball.
And Bracchiaforte takes it himself. And not only does he get the 1st down, but he's still on his feet.
You know, what made that play special, Danny, is they had 3 backs in the backfield. So the linebackers, they couldn't focus on the quarterback. Look at that, 3 backs in the backfield.
Patriot 43-yard line.
What I'd like to see is those backs get set. It was almost tipping it off that the quarterback was going to run, but big play by the quarterback.
Morgan steps out, and Marsa steps back into the game. 1st down and 10 inside Patriot territory. Ball spotted on the 43-yard line. Marsa, the receiver, here on the near side. Corkery in motion on the sweep. He cuts it inside of Borgia, and
great open field tackle. Great open field tackle, Danny, by number 5, which is Monsiera. He's actually the team's leading tackler. He leads the team with 67 tackles. And you can see by his form why he's getting so many tackles. Here's the replay. He broke down, beautiful form, and made a great open field tackle. I'd like to see that.
2nd down and 6, ball spotted on the 39-yard line. Coming up on 8 minutes. Thanks for joining us. This is the first drive of the game. Wayne Hills kicked off to West Morris. And this is the first drive.
Oh, there's motion on West Morris right there.
No, it's coming on Mount Olive.
Mount Olive's not playing.
I meant West Morris.
West Morris, number 75, jumped a little bit. I know. I'm equally as excited. This is a game we've been waiting all week on, Danny.
That was on number 35.
75, I think it was. The lineman, perhaps. Either way, 5 yards against West Morris.
Either way, yeah. You have a little bit of an inside vision. I saw Pescatori go off. You saw.
You know why, Dan? I tend to watch the line. I'm looking at the line. I'm watching
Cadella.
Looking at the TV monitor.
Marsa, the receiver, on the far side.
Wing back in motion. Not surprised to see it.
Betchowitz in motion.
20's wide open.
Bracchiaforte to the pass to a wide open Corkery, and he's in for the touchdown.
You know, I got to tell you, all eyeballs were on the wing back in motion. Here he goes, number 20. He's going in motion, and he's in the flat, and he's kind of open. And look at the linebacker. He's jumping all over it, leaving it back, safety bid on it, and there's a touchdown. The number 5, that safety linebacker, had no choice but to bite on that flare pass.
And Vieri set to kick.
Vieira on for the try.
There's the kick. It's up. And almost Mr. Perfect does it again with 7:33 remaining here in the first quarter. West Morris Wolfpack 7, Wayne Hills Patriots 0. We'll be right back for the kickoff.
Oh, nice, huh? That's some clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature.
That is good. Who installed the system?
ICS. They're the leaders in HVAC. They make the ductwork at their own factory, so we even save some money.
That's impressive. You recommend them?
It's ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
Hey, Lorraine, go get a big plastic bag. Take some air home with you.
My room is so cold, my fish froze.
Mine's so hot, my sneakers melted.
Rooms with different temperatures? That means your HVAC system is outdated and wasting energy. At ICS, we'll install an energy-efficient system that provides a constant flow of clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature in every room. You could save money each month, and the price we quote is the price you'll pay. Get a quote today. See why we say ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
And we're back live. 7:33 remaining here in the first quarter. West Morris strikes first on the first drive of the game. And here's Johnny Vieira setting the kick. And it's a short kick to the right. And it's fielded at the 30-yard line.
They might have been seeing something we didn't see in the film, Dan, but he kicked it, not terrible field position there on the 30-yard line. As Wayne Hills gets ready to come out, Danny, we're going to see quarterback number 12, Fitzsimmons. Now, we watched him in warm-ups. We were impressed with his physical size. A big, tall kid, strong arm. He's only a junior, but we also liked his backup, number 2, which was Wolf. Sophomore, also a very athletic-looking young man. So we're going to see how the size plays off here by number 12.
Number 22, Mongeli, and 29, Rappaport in the backfield. And the ball's immediately handed off, though, to number 8, Max De Lagarde, and he picks up about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Of interest, Wayne Hills hasn't really used De Lagarde very much this year at all. I think that might be his, he's only got about a yard or so for the season, so he's a last-minute addition. He's got 2 strong running backs in the backfield, Danny. I'm sure most of the time we'll go to those guys.
Fitzsimmons in the shotgun, 2 receivers up top, all handed off this time to Mongeli.
Picked up just about a yard, Danny. That's interesting that they're running to their offensive right side. It looks like they're bigger offensively to the left side. And then, of course, you have big Tommy Borgia playing the defensive left side. They're running right at Tommy, so it didn't go very far at all. Nice backside tackle from, I didn't see the number, 28, that's Corkery.
Verret, the receiver here on the near side, trips up top. Fitzsimmons in the shotgun on his own 32. Good protection. Pocket breaks down a little bit, and it's almost caught. Great attempt by the receiver, number 85, Cherno St. Paul, sophomore.
Danny, what I find interesting is that Wayne Hill's best receiver, number 11, was over here in front of us. That's Verret. He's a senior. He leads the team in receiving yards. They had single coverage on him. I think we should keep our eye on that because that's not going to work well for West Morris if they're going to cover their best receiver with 1 defender.
Verret set to punt on his own 22. Corkery back on his own 27. And it's a nice punt. Brings Corkery back to his 15. He feels it, does fumble it a little bit. He's still on his feet. And Corkery's taken down on the 22-yard line. So West Morris with their 2nd drive here in the first quarter with 5:58 remaining, 7-0 West Morris.
He has extensive knowledge of the North Jersey real estate market and guides you through the different steps and directions along the way. Reach out to him for a free consultation at myrossiteam.com.
And we're back live. West Morris' 2nd drive of the game. Marceau, the receiver, here on the near side. Benchowitz in motion, and the ball's handed off to Brady. He cuts on the inside, and he's tackled.
He was 1 tackler away from breaking that for a big gain. Here's what I like to see. Here, you're going to see the replay again. This is basic West Morris football, Danny. They're saying, this is what we're going to do. Now you stop it because we're coming right at you. And, of course, look who's in front, lead the pack. Number 73, it looked like from West Morris, the lineman was downfield. I think it was 73. But that doesn't matter because you know me, I'm always giving credit to the lineman on either team.
Wasco. First down and 10.
Double wing, similar
Benchowitz
formation.
in motion, cuts in the inside. Peter Miragliata crosses over the 40 to about the 41-yard line. It'll be second down and 4.
Danny, let me explain the power of the West Morris offense. Here it was, first down. They picked up, 7 yards on this play? They're now sitting 3rd and 3. You know what kind of options they have right now? They could run to that double wing. They could put the man in motion. They could have the quarterback keep it. The options are tremendous right now for West Morris when they're playing a short yardage situation.
Miragliata the lone setback. Marcia the receiver up top. And there's the motion by Brentowitz.
Counter. Danny, it's a counter.
And Corkery takes it to the 45, cuts inside. He's taking it on the wheels.
You know, if we watch that play again, this is also the bread and butter. Watch when we call a counter, you're going to see at the top of the screen, Corkery stopped up on the right side. He's going to show, West Morris going to show action to the right, counter step, turn around, and look at the line. Look at the escort team in front of him. Look at that block down the field. Classic West Morris football game.
Drive continues, first down and 10. Brentowitz in the backfield.
Look at this formation. They got a bunch set right over here in front of us. 2 men in motion. They're going to have to set, otherwise that's a procedure. Now they go with tight trips to the top of the field.
And there's the pitch to Brentowitz. Brentowitz follows his blockers and picks up about 6 on the play. Ball spotted on the 30-yard line.
Danny, every week we talk about this being a numbers game, and so they went with a bunch set left. They put 2 men in motion, essentially put a trips to the right, and then pitched it. So your pitch back had 3 blockers in front of them, and here we are again, 2nd and 7. What's West Morris going to do? They're going to do whatever they want. Pressure is on Wayne Hills, and they have to spread their defense all over because they could pass the ball, they could run the ball, they could counter, quarterback can keep it. 2nd and 3 is an offensive favorable down and distance.
2nd down and 5. Marcia the receiver on the far side. Once again, Corkery in the slot. Here's the motion by Brentowitz. Ball handed off to Miragliata, and Peter gets down to the 25-yard line.
They're short by 1, but if you watch the way he ran, he just waited and waited and waited for his blocking to be set. Again, look, they start with the trips. They break the trips by having man in motion, and they ran up the middle.
Very similar running style to like Brian Cumming of Mount Olive that we've seen.
Very patient. You're right, Danny. Very, very patient.
3rd down and 1.
Look, same formation. Quarterback ran the ball last time out of this formation.
Bracciaforte under center, but this time he hands it off to Corkery, and Corkery goes between 2 tacklers.
That's enough for West Morris Central, first and 10.
And that's a first down. Ball spotted on the 20-yard line of Wayne Hills.
Yeah, again, going back, what is West Morris doing? They're controlling the pace of the game. That's the traditional West Morris football, Danny. We've seen it plenty of times this year. We've seen it plenty of times in the past. Nothing is going to change. Look, we've got the double slot, double wing formation. One of them is going to go in motion, Danny. There
And
he
that's
comes.
Brentowitz in motion, and the ball's handed off to Brentowitz. Goes to the outside, he gets down, and he's driven out at about the 12-yard line.
We can call that a little bit of a jet sweep. Man in motion gets the ball on a full stride. Again, Danny, look at the down and distance, 2nd and short. You know, by having this spread formation and with the fact that West Morris can do anything, you and I watched them film this week, and we noticed, we said to each other, and actually you pointed it out, the linebackers are the strength of this defense, but the linebackers are all over the field. And this is what West Morris is doing. They're weakening the defense.
Corkery in motion, the ball handed off to Miragliata, and he gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage by number 6 and number 19. That's Baccioni, and number 19, Sean George.
Yeah, it looks like Wayne Hills is getting a lot of guys in on the defense, picking up tackles.
3rd down in about 2:11 remaining here in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us here. Danny Weiss alongside Howie Weiss. Andrew Brown to my right on the Big State Sports YouTube network, live from West Morris from the Pete Picarillo scoreboard. West Morris 7-0, and Miragliata takes the ball, still on his feet, tackled
First down
by number 44, Jack Raywick.
First and goal.
So first down and goal to go for West Morris.
Yeah, ball's on about the 7-yard line, Danny. You know, again, we talk about it. There's no panic. In this case, there's no overexcitement. It is business for the West Morris offense, and it's keeping the Wayne Hills, that defense is on their toes. They're coming at them from every single angle. I don't think it's a surprise. They knew that it was there. West Morris is going to be real proud of the fact that we're coming at you, now you got to stop us. That's their mentality.
First down and 7 yards to get into the end zone. Maragliata in the backfield. Marsa wide to the left. Brechowitz in motion. The ball's handed off to Brechowitz. He cuts on the inside and it is down somewhere around the 2-yard line.
Now that worked out favorably. I don't know if we can see the replay. If you're watching the Wayne defense, they shifted to their right, and West Morris ran to their right. And it was one man short. Again, go back to a numbers game. That was a nice tackle by Wayne Hill's defender, by the way.
So second down and goal, under a minute here in the first quarter. Marsa, the receiver, on the far side. Brechowitz at the wing. Bracchiaforte ready to call the play as Corkery goes in motion, and the ball handed to Corkery, and Corkery's in for his second touchdown of the quarter.
You know, they're so balanced. West Morris offense is so balanced. This is an interesting formation. Corkery's going to come, read the block by this fullback, and cut it inside rather than taking it outside. He's reading the block, and there it is.
He ran right behind Peter Maragliato. Johnny Vieira set for his second time. 13-0 West Morris, 28 seconds. The kick is up, and it is good.
You know, Danny, on that touchdown, Corkery is taught that if the block is not there, then you're going to continue outside. So watch Peter's block. Corkery waits for it. If the block wasn't there, he was going to continue outside. He sees it, great peripheral vision. That's impossible to stop.
So West Morris, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns by Jackson Corkery. West Morris with a 14-0 lead.
You know, Danny, when you look at Wayne Hill's offensive attack, they've scored as many touchdowns rushing as they have receiving. They're completely balanced. Their leading scorer is their leading rusher, Mongrelli, and Verre, their leading receivers, their leading touchdown guys. So very well balanced offense. Let's see how they're going to come out and answer this attack by West Morris. I think overall you're not seeing a ton of passing. It's very much like West Morris. Wayne Hills doesn't pass the ball a lot. They've learned to get their success on the running game. Here it goes.
Yeah, Vieri set the kick from this 40, and it's fielded at about the 11-yard line, taken to the 20, and out to the 20, looks like 29-yard line. So this is the second drive of the game for Wayne Hills. See if they can make something happen. There is only 23 seconds left.
First and 10 for the Patriots. 29.
Fitzsimmons in the shotgun. And the ball's handed off. Nope, fake handoff. And the ball's handed off to Max DeLagardi. So a little bit of trickery on my end. I missed it, Howie.
Yeah, it looks like Max DeLagardi, he's got some excellent speed. He gets that corner, he could be gone, Danny. That was a nice play. And again, they don't really use him very much during the season.
And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. West Morris strikes twice and have a 14-0 lead over Wayne Hills. Danny Weiss on the YouTube Sports, Big State Sports YouTube Network. We'll be right back for the start of the second quarter.
One of the owners here at New Jersey Siding and Windows. We are a family-owned residential remodel firm. Everything we offer here is quality and comes with great warranties. If it's a residential home, there's no home too big for us to work on.
We offer installation of siding, vinyl, and composite. We also do replacement windows, doors, roofs, decks, attic insulation, and e-shield.
Open Road Mazda of Morristown is your go-to for reliable and affordable vehicles. We offer a wide range of options to match your style and needs. First-time buyers, discover the joy of buying with confidence with our 5-day money-back guarantee. Your journey begins here at Open Road Mazda of Morristown.
Provide your team or athlete with quality trophies, medals, plaques, and awards with Performance Trophy and Medals of Randall. Call us
They're
today.
set trips down on our side to be a single back. We got a penalty. Let's see, the penalty is going to be dead ball procedure call against Wayne Hills, 5-yard penalty. So now it brings up 2nd and 9. It negates a nice first down carry. So again, same formation, Danny. We're seeing trips down here on our side, single back. It looks to be a passing formation, and it is. No, it's a run. They fooled me too. That's a nice gain by Wayne Hills. That picks up, it's a moderate gain. It's now 3rd and about 5. So again, Wayne Hills is in that down and distance problem that they had on the first drive.
All right, Hal, thanks for covering me. 3rd down and 5. We got a special guest we're going to talk to, Mayor Matt Muriello. Yeah, or okay, yeah, that's fine. So 3rd down and 6. Let's see what happens on this drive.
Yeah, we talked about it, Dan. Down and distance. That's been the success for West Morris.
Trips here on the near side. Quarterback back to pass. On the screen.
Nice play.
Handed off pass to number 22, Mongelli. And Mongelli gets enough for the first down. So, got a special guest here. The mayor of
Washington Township.
Washington Township.
Matt, it's great to see you again. We haven't seen you since week 0 over in Mendham, where you took home the prizes from the Mendham mayor, Tim.
I know, and we're still celebrating that apple cider donut bowl.
Oh, beautiful.
And the apple cider trophy, the donut trophy, which sits in the display case at West Morris Central.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, huh?
It was a lot of fun.
So we spoke yesterday, and I wanted you to come up and discuss, we're getting into the holidays, and, I'm interested to know what the township's going to do, for those in need, and any type of fund drive, food drives and fundraisers and things for, Thanksgiving and Christmas toy drives.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. So we're currently having a food drive in town. You can drop off the food at any of the municipal buildings, the senior center, library.
2nd and 14 for the Patriots.
And that's a penalty for the Patriots. That'll bring them back 5.
Yeah, that's the second penalty, Danny, in this drive. It's coming at a very close time, making it 2nd and 15. Go back to what I said, down in distance is going to hurt Wayne Hills.
So under 10 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Working on the sound.
Yeah, we're just working on the sound. So as soon as we get that fixed, we'll bring back the mayor of Washington. West Morris showing a blitz. And on the swing pass to number 8. Number 8 is Max De La Garde. And that's a loss of a yard on the play. That'll be 3rd down and about 15.
But the collision at the point of attack on this blitz, that was a fierce hit.
Trips on the far side. 2 receivers here up top, showing 5 receivers. Quarterback in the shotgun. Plenty of protection. Borgia does show pressure, and it's a great pass. And received by number 16, Van Hook. And that's enough for a Wayne Hills first down. Back up?
Back up.
Okay. No. All right. First down and 10 in West Morris territory. Ball spotted on the 46. Great pass in the middle of the field to keep the drive moving.
That was clutch, Danny. That was clutch.
Quarterback fakes to the left, throws it to a wide open, receiver over the head of number 11, Veray.
Danny, I talked about that earlier where you can't leave him single coverage, and that's what happened. So.
Second down and 10. Second down and 10, ball spotted on the 46-yard line. Twin receivers here on the near side, one receiver up top. Quarterback in the shotgun, there's the motion. And on the jet sweep to number 8. Once again, that's Lagarde.
They've covered that nicely, Danny. I think they're setting themselves up for more passing game. And here it is, 3rd and about 5. I suspect that they're going to go back and they're going to be looking for number 11.
7:54 and counting here in the second quarter. West Morris with a 14-0 lead in this NJSAI North Section 2 Group 3 playoffs. Quarterback with plenty of protection.
That was a nice play, broken up by number 2, but a great effort by number 5. That was Monacera. Almost made a really spectacular catch. And we're still working on our sound, so if it's a little choppy at home, we do apologize for that.
And a great drive here for Wayne Hills, but they will be forced to punt.
They don't have a choice, Danny. They're still too far. They got to pin West Morris deep.
So Veray in punt formation. Corkery deep. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. 7:35 remaining till halftime. And again, it's a high kick, but this time it fades to the right side and will be taken out at the 22-yard line. So West Morris with their 3rd opportunity on offense. Howie, so far 2 for 2 on their drives.
Yeah, Danny, I think the only thing that we saw differently is I think Wayne Hills is starting to expose maybe a weakness in the secondary of West Morris because big number 11 was open, wide open, just overthrown slightly.
So, Mr. Mayor.
Now here, can you hear me now? Still nothing, huh? Oh, man. Where are you getting these echoes from me?
Yeah, you know what? We're going to switch because I need you to do some talking. I invited you up here.
That's okay. Hey, there we go.
So, right after this play, we're going to hear from Mayor Matt Morello on the pitch. The Benchowitz, he cuts on the inside and takes it down at the 36-yard line.
Again, Danny, that was a great block, a lead block by number 56 from West Morris, making it all happen. And I'm going to sound like a broken record, but it's 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1, field position.
All right, the floor is yours, Mr. Mayor.
No, I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity. So this time of year, as we get into Thanksgiving, the town is, as always, having our food drive to try to help out the families that we have to support through our food pantry. You can drop off food items at any time at the municipal building, the library, the senior center, and we really appreciate anything we can do to try to help out our residents.
So as we get into the Christmas spirit, any toy drives that are done by the township, or is that more private through churches and other organizations?
The Washington Township Police Department every year always does the Marine Corps Toys for Tots as well. And then also, just like most of the other towns around here, when we get into Thanksgiving, we have our turkey trot and we have a flag football game with the PBA. Right, going to be here first thing Thanksgiving morning. All that money goes to local scholarships and goes to benefit the students of West Morris Central. So we all out here, and let's hope the weather holds like this, and we're going to be out having a great time.
And Bracciaforte pitches the ball to Maragliata. And Maragliata gains a couple of yards. Anything else you want to tell us? Any other events going on soon? Anything to get the township excited? We have a lot of listeners on board that sometimes just don't even know what's going on unless they hearsay. People don't always go on Instagram and Facebook. So,
That's
any other announcement you want to make?
Well, I think if for our seniors, we have our annual our Thanksgiving Day brunch, our holiday brunch, and we also have our Veterans Day week coming up. So you're going to see our local veterans group. They're going to be at all the schools, as well as our Veterans Day brunch on the 9th. So if you have an opportunity, you want to go to our recreation page, which is wtmorris.org, and you can find out all of these events and register for them.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming up.
There's the sound.
There we go, just in time.
At the very end, all of a sudden, boom, we flipped the switch.
We flipped the switch. Yeah. Well, thanks for Mayor Matt Moriello coming up, Mayor of Washington Township.
I appreciate your time.
Yeah, and exciting football right now so far.
This is fantastic. And let's see if we can go for a nice 3-peat here. Oh, actually a 4-peat, right?
4-peat, yes.
So I appreciate that.
Thanks again for coming up.
You bet.
See you soon.
Guys. You bet.
Nice to see you. Go out and get that crowd cranking.
Thanks, Howie. You bet.
Brenchowitz on the carry gets enough for a first down. So thanks for bearing with us, fans. Thanks for bearing with us. I thought it was a very important message to have the mayor come up and let us know what's going on, especially in these times of the holidays when everybody is not as fortunate as some. So thanks again to the mayor to come up.
Matt is a wonderful spokesman for this community. He's out there. Everybody knows who he is. It's great to see him. And again, we talked about week 0 in Mendham. It was a lot of fun, that little side wager they had with Tim Hill from Mendham.
All right, back to football action. Corkery in motion.
The guards
Brenchowitz.
Look at
the ball carrier gets behind a blocker, and that blocker, Miragliata, and he picks up 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
You know what's interesting, Danny? The coaches are all over Tommy Borgia because the level of expectation is high. And so Tommy basically led the block, but he missed his block. They still picked up 7 yards, but he missed his block, and the coaches are all over him because that's the way you coach a great player. He'll get better from that mistake.
And the fullback, Michael Pescatori, is in the game. Actually, he comes in as tight end. So Corkery goes in motion, and the ball's handed off to Brenchowitz, and what a great tackle by number 29, Evan Rappaport.
But, Danny, I think he's got enough for a first down. And there it is. They're going to have to get
enough
that
for the
to him.
first down, but it was a great tackle to omit more yardage on the play.
But, Danny, you think about what we're seeing. They're running the jet sweep. They're running the counter. They're running fullback up the middle. It's basic football. Wes Morris's message, we're coming at you. You stop us. No different. I wouldn't be surprised to see wingback in motion. Nope, straight ahead football.
And Miragliata does take the ball, runs outside the end.
Just a little dive. Really simple football. But, Danny, I'm going to go back. Down in distance. Let's look at it.
2nd down and 7. Ball spotted on the
second. Look, Dan. It's
second and 3. Ball spotted on the 29-yard line.
So we're seeing a theme. Wes Morris is in an advantageous down and distance every single drive, every single turn that they turn the ball, convert to a first down. They're in advantageous down and distance, and it's putting a lot of pressure on Wayne Hills.
Marsa, the receiver here on the near side. Corkery at the wing.
Double wing.
Miragliota in the backfield. Plenty of time for Bracchiaforte, and he passes to Marsa, but he's outside the lines.
Wide open down the middle of the field. I don't know if we can see that on camera. But Corkery, who came in, I think he didn't go in motion. He was the near back. I'm watching Corkery here on the near side as the wing back. He's just going to run right down the middle of the field, and he was wide open.
So 3rd down and about 4. Ball spotted on the 29-yard line. 2:18 remaining till halftime.
You know, Danny, we're getting great camera angles. Our guy upstairs is doing a great job. We're getting to see the whole field.
Paul Leal,
the
experienced Paul Leal.
He's doing a great job.
Corkery in motion,
Counter
and
again.
the ball's handed to Brenchowitz. Brenchowitz cuts on the inside to the 20, down to the 10. And he's taken down at the 5-yard line.
Borgia might have got banged up on that play, Danny. I watched him. You know, listen, we give him a lot of effort. Watch the point of attack. Watch. Borgia's coming from the backside. Here he comes. He's the lead blocker. We got the fullback helping him out. Boom, boom. And that sprung the block. But I think Borgia's, nope, he's a tough kid. He's a wrestler.
First down and goal, ball spotted on the 4-yard line.
You know, we give the credit to the running back. He got the yardage, but we don't ever forget how he got those yards, Danny.
Under 2 minutes here till halftime. West Morris with a 14-0 lead over Wayne Hills. Third drive of the game for the Wolfpack, Howie.
Yeah, this is extremely important for Wayne Hills to stop it. Notice what West Morris is doing. They're going to kill the clock. They want to score with limited time to give Wayne Hills virtually no time left on the clock to try to make something before halftime. They're in no rush, little timeout. Maybe the clock was getting down.
And there's a timeout. So the neighboring game, even though it's a Group 4, Mount Olive has a 27-0 lead at halftime. And we're going to try to get scores more notable to Group 3.
Here's your song.
Thank you. So a very deliberate attack here by West Morris. Wayne Hills, listen, the game is not out of control, even with a score here. But Wayne Hills has got to get into that locker room and try to determine how to stop. And what's interesting, Danny, there's no surprise. We didn't see any new plays from West Morris. Nothing fancy. It's West Morris football. Now we don't get an opportunity to see a lot of Wayne Hills, but looking at their stats, they seem to be a very well balanced offensive and defensive team. And I think their heads are spinning a little bit.
Oh, Howie, look, since the end of August, September, October, we've seen it all. We've seen every type of football. Teams coming back.
Yep.
And you can't rule anything out. It's the playoffs. The loser of the game ends their season today. So there's going to be fight for all 4 quarters from both teams. 1:17 remaining till halftime. West Morris first and goal. Corkery in the backfield.
Yeah, here's that full house formation. One time the quarterback kept it. The other time was a third back through, 2 blockers.
And the quarterback, Bracchiaforte, takes himself, but he stood up. He stood up at the 3-yard line. No gain on a play. Second down.
Timeout on the field.
And there's a timeout.
Taken by the Patriots.
Yeah, that's a smart play.
Taken by the Patriots. 1:08 remaining.
What are we doing? Is it second? It is second and goal.
Second and goal.
So Wayne Hills has to stop the clock to preserve a little bit of time with 1:08 to go before halftime. You know, we talk about the weather. Who would ever have thought here, November 1st, we're talking about temperatures at, 8:30 at night, 8 o'clock at night, and it's still in the 60s. Beautiful night. Beautiful night for football.
It sure is. And 7:30 start, so if you're just joining us wondering why it's only 1:08 remaining, a lot of the media sources were saying that it was a 7 o'clock start. So here in the Valley, as Coach Hennelly would call it, 7:30 starts no matter what. So that's just the way it goes here.
Second and goal at the 3.
So Danny, I don't think you're going to see a trick play. Here it is. They got almost a pure Delaware, almost like a wishbone.
Maragliata scoots to his right, and he runs, and Corkery for his 3rd touchdown gets on. 20-0, pending the extra point by Johnny Vieira. So 3 drives, 3 touchdowns by Jackson Corkery.
You know, Danny, let's take a couple minutes to talk about Jackson Corkery. Listen, we've been following Corkery this season. We've had some insight from the coaching staff. We know he was hurt, Danny.
Yeah, he
was injured. Yeah. But, you know, going back to week 0, he was injured. I think he got hurt during the summer. And the bottom line is coach and the staff used him not quite as often as they're using him tonight. I guess they let him get healthy, knowing that if he can contribute during the season, he'll be the guy to go to during the playoffs. And sure enough, 3 touchdowns later, he looks as healthy as he's ever been.
So Vieira gets the extra point. 1:03 remaining here till halftime. West Morris 21, Wayne Hills nothing. And let's try to. I'm going to try to get a. I'm looking for other scores, but most teams are at halftime right now.
Well, you got, Dan, we got the Mendham game that was right down the road from here, too. And we've seen Mendham play. That is one heck of a team. They're going to go a long way. They're going to go a long way in the playoffs.
One big game noted, Hanover Park is tied, and they're playing Newton. That's right. That's a big game, and they're tied at 14. So those who are interested in all types of groups out there, that's one that's tied at 14. Vieri kicks it, and it's going to go out of bounds.
It's a great time of year for high school football, Danny. First week of the playoffs, anything can happen.
1:03 remaining. Wayne Hills takes it over, going from right to left.
Again, we're looking at the sideline. We're here on the West Morris sideline. We're seeing absolutely no panic. There's nothing to panic, but they have to understand that Wayne Hills is going to attempt to get to the end zone. Are they going to make him kick it over again? I think they are, Danny.
A notable score out there, Riverdale 14, Mendham 7.
Wow, that's a big one.
And here's our West Morris fans.
Acknowledging the voices of the big stage sports. Danny, I'm a little surprised with this, but I have a feeling they knew they'd get the ball at the 35-yard line. They want more. They need more. So might as well make West Morris kick it to them, and hopefully they can get a return.
And coach strategizing where they want Johnny to hit that ball. One of the best kickers, not only in the conference, but in the state. Johnny, his third-year starter, started kicking as a freshman. We've been following him. And
we've given Johnny some credit, but when you look at the Wayne Hills kicker, too, that kicker is a sophomore as well. He's 24 to 26 for extra points.
To have the Wolfpack re-kick following the penalty.
So on the penalty, the re-kick at the 35, and Vieri kicks it short again, but this time to the right side, and it's fair catch by number 3, Vieri, the junior.
I know we're talking kicking, so Johnny's one of your favorite players, Dan. I've been listening to you for years, but the Wayne Hills kickers, 24 to 26 of extra points and 5 out of 7 in field goals. So he's kind of a very accurate kicker himself.
And if it comes down to that towards the end of the game, I'm sure they're not going to have any doubts about giving him that shot. So Wayne Hills takes over with 1:02 till halftime.
Danny, let's keep our eyes on number 11. He should be on the top of the screen. I don't think you're going to see any single coverage. They have 2 center fielders, but number 11 is their go-to guy in this situation.
Mongelli in the backfield, and the ball's handed off to him. He gets to the 35, to the 40, and taken down.
Clock is running.
By number 21, Sam Turner, and there is a flag on the play. We haven't seen a lot of flags this game. That's going to be a holding.
That's a tough penalty to take
against the Patriots.
That was a really very well executed play, Danny. Everyone in the stadium, including me and you, were calling a pass. We were watching the pass, and they had an inside handoff. That was a very nice play.
So the ball,
unfortunately, coming back for holding.
Yeah, that's a big one after a decent play of yards.
First and 17 for the Patriots, still first down.
Somerville Pioneers 34, and who is that? That's Abergami?
Oh, screen.
Braves.
Screen. Good call.
And
Good
on
call
the
here.
screen pass, yes. Taken out. Sorry, I was looking at some notable scores around the state.
Yeah, Danny, they picked up the penalty yardage plus an extra 3 or 4, so they called an instant timeout. That's their second, I believe, with 34 seconds to go.
And I'll tell you, Mongelli, he's got a small frame. He's 5'5". But I'll tell you, he doesn't look like he's easy to tackle. And if he gets open field, he's going to be gone. So he's definitely an important weapon. 34 seconds remaining until halftime, second down and 5.
And like I said, Danny, he's their team's leading rusher. Pretty close to 700 yards for the season. You know, their quarterback, Fitzsimmons, also comes in with an extremely high quarterback rating of a 111.2. If that was a Morris County number, Danny, he'd be in the top 5
No,
or
it
6.
is. It is. We keep track of that. So he's definitely up top. 2nd down and 5. Ball spotted on the 40.
Look, the 3-man rush, they're just keeping extra linebackers.
Sets up for the screen. Quarterback with plenty of protection. Launches it up to number 11, but it's intercepted at the 26. Brenchowitz gets to the 40. Down to the 45, the 50. Crosses the 40. Still on his feet. Taken down at the 32-yard line.
You know, Wayne Hills had very little options. The ball was underthrown, but Dan, he was triple covered. Look at that, 3 defenders. But still, he might have been behind him. And that's just a great return. Nice blocking. So, Danny, we've been here before. West Morris gets a turnover. I don't care that it's 18 seconds left in the half. After a turnover, we know what Coach Henley does.
Another important score, Chatham 17-7 over Wayne Valley in the 3rd quarter.
Wow,
big game right there as well.
So here it is, Danny, first play after a turnover. I'm going to say he's going to the end zone.
1st down and 10.
5 wide.
Magliata goes to his left. And the pass by Bracchiaforte underthrown or overthrown to Brenchowitz.
But guess what, Danny? He was going for the end zone.
2nd down and 10. Ball spotted on the 29-yard line.
You know, I don't want the listeners at home to think you and I have any great insight. It goes back to what I said. West Morris is going to do the same thing every single week, and if you don't like it, then you stop it. And this is something we've seen out of coach for years. After a turnover, he goes to the end zone. And if the opponent doesn't understand that, they need to, because it's going to happen every single time.
Bracchiaforte comes from the sideline. 2nd down and 10.
I would say with 13 seconds, they're going to get very aggressive. They're going to stay aggressive.
Montesierra, the safety.
Yep, trips over here.
Trips here on the near side. Quarterback back to pass. Ball thrown into the end zone, and it's overthrown.
He had the receivers open. He had them open.
8.5 seconds
8.5 to go
in the quarter.
Watch, you'll see the receiver in the corner was open. Maybe he didn't see him. Look at that. Right there at the end of the, is that 24?
Yeah, Marsa was wide open in the right side.
It's easy, Danny, for us because we're sitting up here. No one's coming after us. We got a nice, comfortable view. We got the replay. We could say whatever we want.
3rd down and 10.
Quarterback from West Morris has got 4 kids, 240 pounds coming at him at the same time.
3rd down, ball spotted on the 29-yard line, 8.5 seconds, 8 on the screen.
Same formation, trips, single back.
Bracchiaforte back to pass, plenty of protection. The ball's overthrown to Miragliata.
Bracchiaforte's pass falls incomplete.
Danny, I would imagine if our producer and our cameraman came after us, we might be broadcasting under a little stress too. So you got to give the kids a tremendous amount of appreciation on both sides of the ball. They're performing under great pressure. 4 seconds to go. I got to imagine they're not going to give the ball back. They're going to run. They're going to do. They're going to burn the clock on this play.
A little bit of taunting out there, and the fan base wasn't too happy about it. All part of the game. 4th down and 10.
I think he's going to make sure the clock is expired.
Corkery in the slot. Bracchiaforte passed the ball to a wide open Marsa. Marsa takes it. And take it down to the center.
Danny, that was set up to be a hook and ladder. If you watch the replay.
Yeah, let's watch the replay right before we go to half.
Watch, he was looking to pitch the ball after he caught it, but it was covered nicely by Wayne Hills. See, if you watch, he's got it. I know he was looking to toss it. He was well covered. Smart move not to give it up.
So that's the end of the half. West Morris Central 21, Wayne Hills Patriots nothing. I'm Danny Weiss on the Big State Sports YouTube network. We will be back after halftime.
7-7-5.
For all of the perks that come with working here, I would say that the most valuable thing West offers is freedom. The freedom to make the most of your role, to really go beyond the job description, the freedom to think differently and be rewarded for it, and the freedom to show up as 100% who you are.
I enjoy helping nonprofits achieve their goals and really accomplish their mission, namely by nurturing my relationship with them, their staff, their donors, their volunteers, and their board members. I think the key to being trusted is really transparency. What I've seen time and time again is that when you give anything the right conditions, the support, the autonomy, trust, your full attention, it will thrive. This is as true for my clients and for my colleagues as it is for myself here at WIS.
WIS gives me the freedom to be entrepreneurial, innovative. I feel supported to bring 100% of myself and my personality to work each and every day. I'm the CEO of WIS Family Office. I have 2 amazing children. I'm the daughter of French and Italian immigrants. Above all, I'm someone who derives strength and confidence from my ability to connect with others, and I strive to make a difference in their lives.
Doing something mean to it, do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it, scream from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music.
Westmore Central, go Big Blue.
Your Westmore Central Varsity Cheerleading Squad.
At Planet Networks, our high-speed fiber is designed to be fast. Up to 300 times faster than cable, and up to 500 times faster than DSL. As fast as 10,000 megabits per second up and down, if you speak nerd. We're talking cheetah, bullet train, lightning strike, hummingbird, race car kind of fast. Planet Networks. So fast, it's worth the wait. If you live in Andover, Blairstown, Byram, Frankfurt, Franklin, Frieden, Frelinghuysen, Greene, Hampton, Hardwick, Hope, Knowlton, Lafayette, Newton, Sparta, Stillwater, Sussex, and Wantage. Planet Networks is building high-speed fiber in your neighborhood. Visit getplanetfiber.com today to learn more.
You think you need to do something academically for your child this summer, but you're not sure what? Come see us at Sylvan. We know exactly how to help your child, and it's fun here. Be proactive and make learning part of your summer schedule. Visit sylvansummer.com today.
Look, I got the new iPhone 16 Pro at Verizon. Apple Intelligence is pretty awesome.
Nice.
You can get it when you trade in any phone.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Now every phone can be the new iPhone 16 Pro at Verizon. Just trade in any phone in any condition and get iPhone 16 Pro on us. Only on Verizon.
Legends say that in the dark waters near Shadow Cove, a ghost ship sails the seven seas. A siren song and a ghostly crew guard a treasure that would make a man rich beyond measure. Do I think it be true? Raise the sails and let's find out, says I. It's time we set sail.
Central, Howler Marching Band.
For less.
Come visit our large selection of furniture from handcrafted Amish bedroom and dining.
Custom American-made sofas, love seats, sectionals, chairs, and recliners.
We have a huge selection of mattresses, all American made at discount prices.
With 2 locations in Hackettstown, we have something for everyone.
No interest financing is available every day, so you can get exactly what you want.
Burke's Furniture and Mattress.
Name brand furniture for less.
Smooth and efficient closings are a must. Specializing in providing title insurance and settlement services for real estate transactions, trust Black River Title and Settlement, LLC, to protect your investment and provide peace of mind during your real estate transactions.
Dr. Fairfield and the amazing staff at Chesterwood's Family Dentistry in Chester are accepting new patients. Their goal is to empower their patients to maintain happy and healthy smiles through their exceptional care with the latest techniques, equipment, and technology. Schedule an appointment at chesterwoodsfamilydentistry.com.
Maximum Health Physical Therapy is an individually owned practice with offices in Bud Lake and Long Valley, New Jersey. Our licensed therapists use hands-on manual therapy and are actively involved in our patients' progress. We use a collaborative team approach which benefits our patients, and we accept most insurance plans, including Medicare. We offer ARPWave neurotherapy, which accelerates healing 10 times faster, drastically decreases chronic pain, is FDA approved, and is covered by most insurance companies. Please visit us at MaximumHealthPT.com and regain the life you love. Montella Inc. is a family-owned dumpster rental business located in Stanhope, New Jersey that's been around since 1984. We provide prompt quality service at a reasonable price for our New Jersey customers, whom we consider our family. We don't just take out the trash. Montella Inc. is a full-service waste management company servicing demolition sites, construction projects, factory sites, shopping centers, commercial businesses, and homeowners. Call today at 973-927-2232.
At Stuber Insurance Agency, we work diligently to make sure you get the right insurance for you, your family, and your employees. Within our carefully selected group of financially sound insurance companies, our goal is to find you the best coverage at the most competitive prices. Visit us online to request a quote or make an appointment at 115 Mill Street in Hackettstown.
Looking for authentic Mexican food, comfortable atmosphere, and a good time? Come to Don Jose, located on Route 10 in East Hanover and Route 46 in Netcong. The Arceo family has owned and operated Don Jose since 1998. Experience our extensive menu featuring all your authentic Mexican favorites like fajitas and enchiladas, as well as live music weekends. Our signature Don Jose margaritas are sure to put a smile on your face. Don Jose in East Hanover and Netcong.
Fitness Factory has opened a premier location in Mount Olive, located conveniently right next to the ITC Shopping Center, offering a full-service facility with state-of-the-art equipment unparalleled to any other club in the area. Classes are included in the membership. Locker rooms fully equipped and have saunas. Personal training and kids club services are available as well.
KJM Financial, helping families navigate the college application and financial aid process since 1988. Visit njcollegeguy.com to schedule your free consultation today.
And we are back live here in Long Valley at West Morris High School. Danny Weiss on the Big State Sports YouTube network alongside Howie Weiss. My producer for this evening is Andrew Brown. And up top at the camera, braving the wind and the chill is Paul Leal. West Morris dominated the first half. 4 drives, 3 touchdowns, all by Jackson Corkery. But first, right now the temperature is in the low 60s, sponsored by ICS, keeping you cool when it's hot and warm when it's cold. Go to ICSHVAC.com for all your comfort needs. And we're in the Mandelbaum Barrett broadcast booth since 1930. Mandelbaum Barrett PC has been a trusted legal partner for all life's biggest plays, from business deals to personal matters. Our experienced attorneys provide hands-on attention and innovative solutions. For nearly a century, we've built enduring relationships across diverse industries. Wherever you are, whatever your legal need, and whether it's personal or professional, Mandelbaum BC is on your team. Learn more at mblawfirm.com. And the second half kickoff is sponsored by Open Road Mazda of Morristown. First-time car buyers, listen up. Open Road Mazda of Morristown has your back. Discover affordable, dependable vehicles for less than $15K, backed by a rock-solid 5-day money-back guarantee. Drive with confidence. Drive with Open Road Mazda of Morristown. Click our link below for more details. If you like this broadcast, please subscribe to Big State Sports on our YouTube channel and the notify bell. Booster Clubs. Book your game with us with Big State Sports now. Email George at bigstatesports.com. And a special thank you to the West Morris Wolfpack Booster Club for always their hospitality here up in the booth and always bringing us some snacks at halftime. So thank you so much for all that. So, Howie, let's go right into it. West Morris 21-0, pretty much all dominated. Now, like I mentioned, had the ball 4 times, scored 3 of the 4 times. They just couldn't punch it in off of the interception late in the fourth quarter. West Morris was driving, 3 incomplete passes, just couldn't punch it into the end zone, but still have a 21-0 lead.
Yeah, you know, Danny, we talked about it. We've been talking about it since the opening drive. It's a numbers game. I talk about that every week, but in this game, it's down and distance. West Morris has a tremendous edge on the down and distance. How many times is it 2nd and 3? It's so difficult to defend the offense when they only need 3 yards. They have 3 downs to get 3 yards.
Right.
And as long as West Morris is going to continue to pick up big yardage on first down, it's going to be a long second half for Wayne Hills. Now, on the other side of the ball, Wayne Hills knows how to score points. They know. You know, we talked earlier, too. The seniors on this team have been in the playoffs every year since they've been in high school. So tonight is just another game. There's no playoff nerves. There's nothing that's shaking them. Same on the other side of the ball. Those kids know how to play playoff football. So don't count Wayne Hills out of this game. They're going to come back. Their coach is a winner, longtime winner. He's made his adjustments, whatever they're going to be. He's seeing the same thing we're seeing, Danny. And I expect Wayne Hills to come out. They're going to get the ball to start, and I think you're going to see a high-powered offense. Again, the key for West Morris is gain big first down yardage and keep the ball moving. Keep the ball out of the hands of Wayne Hills and don't let them knock down that 21-point lead. That's what's going to happen here in the second half.
So the second half, also sponsored by Fitness Factory in Mount Olive and Rockaway. We're going to do some shout-outs, and every shout-out is sponsored by Fitness Factory of Mount Olive and Rockaway, where log in to the app or go see Kirk in person for a 3-day free pass. Also, Jill's pet sitting service. You could contact Jill at 973-723-5574. She will do overnights, pet walking, anything that you need, but you could catch her also on Facebook as well. So thanks to our sponsors. And Howie, going back to the second half, West Morris will be kicking off right to left. As we know, Wayne Hills won the toss, did defer, gave West Morris that first opportunity, and they scored on that first drive. Let's see what Wayne Hills can do. Maybe they could turn this around and put some points on the board to start the third quarter.
Yeah, this is important, Danny. It's important for Wayne Hills to get the ball, get a good return, and then come up with a drive. They can't afford a 3-and-out. They've had too many 3-and-outs. The offense needs to get something going because you want to keep the ball out of the hands of the central offensive machine that's been coming.
First shout out of the night is to Joey and the 5th grade Long Valley Raiders Super Pee Wee team. Good luck on their last game tomorrow at Wayne. So thanks for the shout outs. They're going to keep coming all night.
You know, Dan, you and I have a long history of Pee Wee football, so we'd love to hear those kids still having a great time out there.
Vieri's kick spotted, taken at the 20, crosses the 30.
Oh, that's a big tackle by number 20. Is
Yeah,
that Corkery?
Yeah, Corkery with the tackle, having a great game on offense and defense. And that was Van Hook who returned the kickoff, and the ball is going to be spotted on the 20, almost the 28-yard line.
You know, I think this is not the first time that's where Wayne Hills has started. So this is becoming commonplace.
Number 11, Verre, the receiver, here on the near side alongside Montecera. Quarterback Fitzsimmons in the shotgun, and we're set.
You know, Danny, as I'm watching West Morris defense, they're playing a 4-man front. We don't see a lot of 4-man front, which means they're playing for the pass.
Mongelli, the ball carrier, picks up about 3 on the play.
No, it's an interesting defensive set, Danny, because Wayne Hills is not known to throw the ball a lot. But maybe Coach Henley feels that down by 21, they are going to throw the ball. You know, again, historically, you don't see West Morris in a 4-man front very often, although we have seen it multiple times this year.
Verre, the receiver, here on the near side. Quarterback in the shotgun. Once again, the ball's handed off.
Oh, there's a hole, too.
And the ball is handed off to De La Garde, and De La Garde loses.
That's a very, you know, we're going to show it again. First, you'll see the holding, but secondly, there's too many linebackers. You can't run a play like this against this defense.
3rd down and 9.
They pulled 2 guards a little slow to get out, and there it is, the hold on number 2 and the follow-up tackle by the linebackers. There's too many linebackers.
Trips on the far side. Fitzsimmons in the shotgun.
Tommy Borgia is playing a stand-up. Nope, now he's down.
Quarterback with protection. Throws the ball. Oh, in and out of the hands of Array.
Yeah, sure-handed Array. He's their leading receiver.
Defended by Marsa and also Pescatori. So that brings up a 4th down and definitely a punt situation with Corkery going back.
He came into the game with 21 receptions. That's the 2nd most on the team. Again, not what Wayne Hills wanted to do, Danny. 3-and-out. 4th and long. They have no option but to punt the ball.
Corkery on his 28, and it's a high punt, but it does fall short of Corkery. He's going to field it at the 24 and is taken out of bounds.
Corkery returns the punt a few yards. There is a flag down on the play.
Let's see, the flag's all the way out at the 33-yard line of Wayne Hills.
That could be a hold. No, it's going to be against West Morris, I think, Danny.
Personal foul, face mask
against West Morris.
On West Morris.
That's going to move it back.
Yeah, that's after possession. So the ball was punted when West Morris then grabbed the face mask. Obviously, if that penalty came before the kick, Danny, then it would have been a 1st down for Wayne Hills. But the ball had been kicked, and then the penalty occurred.
Still undefeated.
So penalties taken from the 28 all the way back, probably to the 13-yard line.
At their own 13.
So West Morris' first drive here of the second half.
I think you're going to see a lot of the same type of offensive plays we've seen, Danny. You've seen the same formation, got double wing. which is almost like a trips on the short side of the field down by us.
And
but there
there's
he
the
goes.
motion by Benchowitz. And the ball's fumbled. Bracchiaforte recovers, and he's taken down at the 9-yard line.
Forte recovers for a loss of the play.
Second down, and he lost of about 3 on the play.
We can
Second
see the
and
replay,
13.
Dana. Let's see what happened here. It looked like it was just a bad handoff. Let's see what happens. Yeah, no bad from the center. Looked like the quarterback never had the ball coming out of the center.
So second and 13. West Morris deep in their own territory on the 10. Under 10 minutes here in the third quarter. West Morris 21, Wayne Hills 0. First drive of the second half for the Wolfpack. Benchowitz in motion, ball handed on the counter to Corkery. Corkery jumps over a defender and gets back to around the original line of scrimmage.
You know, from a coaching point, Danny, you can't leave your feet and expect anything good to happen. Corkery, leapt up in the air, felt he maybe pull up an athletic play, but once you leave your feet, you're not going anywhere else. So, although it was a nice run to pick up about 4, it keeps West Morris in a third and very long situation. I think it's the first time tonight that they've been in a 3rd and 9 situation.
And utility wide receiver Danny Brzezowski checks into the game.
I'm going to keep my eyes on that matchup between 71 from Wayne Hills and 54 from West Morris. Those two have been going at it.
Bracchiaforte passes it off to Corkery, does not fool the defender, and a great job
Complete to Corkery, short loss on the play.
by the defender, number 1, Vasily Vasilopoulos, the junior. Number 53 for West Morris, Stephen Chatfield, checks out of the game.
He's one of the top 3 leading tacklers on the field as a junior. 42 tackles coming into tonight's game.
Corkery set the punt from his end zone.
First punt of the night for West Morris, Danny.
And we just got a score, Chatham 24, Wayne Valley 7. That's a final. Thank you to Joe Huffman. And Corkery's kick is a high one, but short, and a fair catch by number 8, De Lagarde. Good field position for Wayne Hills' second drive.
Yeah, Danny, that's an understatement. Look, Wayne Hills is going to start from the West Morris 40-yard line. It's about a 30-yard advantage from where they started to start the second half, and about the same 30 yards where they've been starting the rest of the game. So Wayne Hills is in an offensive huddle on the sideline. They're coming out ready to run a play. I think you'll see a lot more of that 4-man front from West Morris. Gives them the extra linebackers.
Sam Facino in the game. Marsa also defensive back, but let's talk about the offense here with number 22, Mongelli in the backfield.
Got single coverage up on top, Dana. I'd be concerned running.
And there's the motion by Lagarde. Fake pass to the left, and the ball is up and thrown.
That's pass interference.
And it's going to be a pass interference on number 21, Sam Turner.
Not necessary, Danny. When we get to see the replay, that ball was overthrown. He kind of grabbed him. He didn't need to grab him. But again, I was pointing it out. They ended up giving a second coverage, but they're running to that guy right out there. And at the end of the play, not necessary at all.
So that's a 10-yard penalty and an automatic first down, obviously.
First and 10 for the Patriots.
Ball spotted. It looks like it's going to be exactly on the 25. So good position for Wayne Hills to be in as they get closer to the red zone for the first time. Ball spotted on the 25-yard line of the Wolfpack.
Yeah, let's keep our eyes on the matchups out here, Danny. Here on our side of the field, got single coverage. I'm okay with this. You got the bunch formation on the offensive left side.
And the ball's handed off.
Reverse.
On the reverse to number 8.
Oh, he got hit
De
hard.
Lagarde. And De Lagarde.
Number 20, Danny. Number 20 clobbered him.
And that's Benchowitz. Also on the play was Mike Finlay. Another utility defensive back. Second down and 5.
You know, that's a good thought. That's a good play call by Wayne Hills. Got to keep West Morris moving, move the ball side to side. They're spread all over the field. 2 backs in the backfield here, Danny.
2nd down and 5. Ball fakes a handoff.
44 is wide open.
There's the pass, and it's incomplete. So good look. Did feel the pressure, but had enough.
You know, and Danny, this is the problem. West Morris is running a 4-man front. They've got 4 linebackers, 3 corners. That means 7. They have 7 defensive backs in a 5-zone. So there's really no place for him to throw the ball. And looks like he's got a hawk on him. The linebacker's just watching the quarterback.
3rd down and 5. Big play here. Twin receivers on the near side. Quarterback rolls, but hands the ball off to number 22, Mongelli. And Mongelli very close to a 1st down. Looks like he's going to be a yard short. And we have some breaking news here. Mendham is now up 28-21 over Riverdale.
Wow, that's a great game, Danny. We've been watching that go back and forth.
Though Riverdale is inside the Mendham 10. We'll go back to that. Let's stay tuned here. Wayne Hills, and he's going to make it.
No, Danny, I think they're going to call this short.
1st down, Wolfpack.
Yeah. Watch, great line surge by the defense. Again, staying in a 3 and a 4. I'm surprised, but the linebackers shot the gaps. Yeah, initial surge by Corkery.
Yeah, great job by Corkery to break it up.
He's having a game, Danny.
He sure is. He's on his way. This continues to be the Big State's Sports Player of the Game. 1st down and 10. Still plenty of football remaining. Here's West Morris's 2nd drive.
That was a tough drive for Wayne Hills because they burnt the clock and came away with nothing.
Marsa, the receiver here to pitch to Brentowitz. Brentowitz cuts to the outside. He's still on his feet. Gets to the 30 to the 35 for 40. Crosses over to midfield. Brady Brentowitz with the big run to get into Wayne Hills territory.
Yeah, it was a nice tackle by number 6 from Wayne Hills, Danny. I don't see that on our spreadsheet. But he made a nice block, nice tackle. The crowd is getting behind him. I thought number 6 made the tackle.
If it was Baccioni, the junior linebacker.
That was a great tackle because at that point he had full head of steam. Nothing was going to stop him.
Marsa, the receiver on the far side. Bracchiaforte under center.
Sorry, Dan, you're going to go back to some basic West Morris football.
Fake to Miragliota and overthrown to Corkery. Corkery was wide open.
1st down falls incomplete. 2nd attempt back at 49.
You know, you're putting a lot of pressure, isolating Wayne Hills' number 1 cornerback because he had his hands full with a West Morris receiver running down the sideline, and Corkery was free underneath. They need a little help out there, Danny, I think.
Hey, if you're just joining us now with all the earlier games, I'm Danny Weiss alongside Howie Weiss on the Big State Sports YouTube network, where West Morris early on here in the 3rd quarter still leads 21-0.
We've seen this play before, too. 2-men in motion. Watch the sweep to that side.
Bracchiaforte pitches it to Brentowitz. Brentowitz cuts on the inside and just taken down inside the marker. It'll be 3rd down.
That's a great tackle by number 53 from Wayne Hills.
That's
really
John. Yep, that's John. That's John Grant, the senior, coming in at 6'3", 215. 3rd down and 9, and just got word that Riverdale just tied Mendham. So 3rd down and 9, and we'll keep you posted the best we can.
You know, Dan, if you're a fan and you're saying, well, these plays, these formations from West Morris are predictable, guess what? You're right. And I don't think West Morris really cares to hide it. This is what they're doing. They're coming right at you.
Brentowitz and Brzezowski wide.
It's a planned run.
Bracchiaforte takes it, gives a stiff arm, and tackled by number 6, Baccioni.
Gains about 5 on the play.
5 on the play, 3rd down and about 4. Ball spotted back in Wayne Hills territory on the 43.
But again, Danny, I see not one ounce of concern about West Morris kicking this ball. They're not going to kick it. The clock is ticking away. He could either take the ball down to a second or so, call a timeout, or just snap it before the clock expires. We don't have a 40-second timer here.
Pescatori checks in at tight end. Bracchiaforte comes from the sideline. 4th down. for West Morris. Maragliata in the backfield. Marsa, the receiver, on the far side. Renchowitz in motion.
That's a penalty right there. 2 men in motion. That's going to be a procedure penalty, 5 yards. I think now West Morris is going to have to punt, Danny.
You almost had a
I know.
Sam Turner checks into the game, which there's definitely going to be a punt. And, coach is talking over the play. You don't see many mishaps like that in the backfield for Central. But Cork reset the punt. He'll be back at his 40.
Would be fairly smart. He just kicks the ball out of bounds. You have like 4 minutes to go.
Under 4 minutes, right.
They're going to use every second they can off this clock, Danny.
Marsa in motion. Corkery kicks, and it's going to be short, meaning bounced in front of De Lagarde.
And it's funny, Dan, the biggest guy in the field, and Tommy Borgia is the one that got down there first. That's why, we all have our favorite players, and he ranks way up there in our book, Danny.
Sure.
That kid doesn't stop.
He doesn't. 3:44 remaining here in the third quarter. West Morris with a 21-0 lead.
How's our shout-outs, Danny? Anybody looking for us tonight?
Well,
Come on, where's the fans?
So Lenape at Mountain Lakes tied up at 7, just to give you another score. I will. We're going to do some shout-outs right after this play.
All right.
Twin receivers on both sides of the field. There's the motion. Good protection.
Nice play by
Borgia
Borgia.
breaks out, and he's going to get the sack.
I want you to watch this replay. Watch that swim move he put on the offensive lineman. That was a classic textbook swim move. Watch Borgia. He's standing up. They jumped into a 3-man front, Danny. Stand-up defensive end. And what he's just going to put a move right on that tackle. Boom, there's the swim move, and you can't stop that.
So second and about 21 off the sack by Borgia. Fitzsimmons on his 2-yard line.
They're back in a 4-man front too, Danny.
And on a reverse back to the pass.
It's a live ball. It's a live, nope, okay, went forward.
So Montecera, pass to him's incomplete. 3rd down and 21. So yes, let's give you a shout out. And I want to hear from Wayne Hills too. My name is Danny Weiss. Big State Sports YouTube Network. My number is 973-332-8107. Let me know where you're from, who your favorite team is, and your favorite player. Give me a shout out. All the shout outs are sponsored by Fitness Factory of Mount Olive and Rockaway. 4 receivers, actually 5 receivers. Trips here on the near side, 2 up top. Quarterback with a lot of pressure.
Oh, Borgia's being held.
And there's the pass, and it's a wide open receiver.
Whoa, Corkery, he's inspired.
What a great catch by number 8, De Lagarde, for the first down.
That was crunch time for Wayne Hills, Danny. That was 3rd and about 19. Yeah, he's being mauled over there. But what a great throw, great catch, and what a tackle.
Yes. Great play for the drive to continue. 1st down and 10. Good protection. Quarterback throws it to the outside to number 11, Verre. And 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it's important for Wayne Hills to get yardage on 1st down because now they're putting themselves into 2nd and long. It's really defining passing down in distances, and West Morris is just standing back waiting for it.
First shout out, go Wolfpack and A.J. Candela. They keep coming in. We'll read them as we go along. 2nd down and 10. Trips on the far side.
Oh, nice
Fake the
rush.
handoff, and the pass is complete.
A little bit of a bubble screen effect out there. We haven't seen that tonight from Wayne Hills.
And that was St. Paul, the sophomore.
Yeah, watch the inside. They got trips on the top of the screen. Looks like that was an inside route. Let's see if we can watch if that truly was a A screen. He came back. The outside receiver came in and went underneath the blocking.
Two receivers on the near side. The pass is caught to number 35. There is a. Let me make sure I got the number correct. Hard to see. I saw 35. Maybe that was 34. Colin Murray.
I can tell you, Danny, from what we expected coming into this game, this is the offensive attack we thought we were going to see. Short passing, deliberate passing, right down the field. West Morris has kept them out of their game the whole day.
Great job by the quarterback to step up in the pocket, but the ball is overthrown to number 16, David Van Hook.
Yeah, the West Morris defense had 5 defenders all around that ball. It's tough to find a hole. But again, you're seeing Wayne Hills finding success with those short passing. Exactly. You mentioned that to me earlier when you picked it up on the film. That's what we're going to see. And again, West Morris kept him out of that comfort zone all game up until now.
2nd down and 10. One receiver here on the near side. That's Monacera. Quarterback in the shotgun, hands it off. A reverse.
They're getting fancy.
And the ball is thrown to a wide open receiver, and it's caught. It's caught by Monacera.
You know, although that's a great successful play, Danny, I think you're seeing desperation. That desperation. It's a beautiful play. Fans at home love to see that. A flea flicker, all kinds of action. This is a backyard play. I'm going to call it desperation play. They have to do something. There's the reverse, the flip back to the quarterback, and just a beautiful throw and catch.
Well, if they get it in the end zone, I guess it doesn't matter how they get it in the end
No,
zone.
I agree with you, Danny.
1st down and 10, goal to go. Once again, great protection, almost intercepted.
I think the problem with that play, quarterback looked at that receiver from the get-go. He never took his eyes off of him. So the linebacker sat back and just waited and watched the quarterback's eyes and was in position to almost pick that ball off.
Yeah, Pescatori with the great defensive play. 1:09 remaining here.
Yeah, we're going to watch that replay. Just watch the quarterback's head on this play. You'll see that he really never takes his eyes off of that receiver. Oh, that's the flea flicker.
Back to live action.
That's a messed up play. That's a broken play.
Quarterback does complete it. And
the broken play because the quarterback went right and the running back went left. And he tried to hand off. There was nobody there.
Fitzsimmons to Van Hook. And the pass is completed, but it is taken down at the 14.
Got an injury timeout, Dan.
Yeah, we'll be back in 30 seconds.
I don't know if you
Spear Air in Rockaway is one of the top companies in the state providing residential and commercial HVAC installation and replacement services, along with their whole home generator installation, replacement, and service. Go to Spear Air to schedule an appointment right now.
No matter the sport, no matter the athlete, trust our team to take care of yours.
Road Acura in Wayne, New Jersey is the perfect destination to find your next vehicle. Get here in only minutes from 287, Route 202, and Route 80. Shop 24/7 at openroadacuraofwayne.com.
And we're back to live action after the injury timeout. The clock is winding down at 40 seconds. 3rd down and goal to go. There's the motion. Ball's again a reverse.
Option pass.
And number 16 had some running room but did drop it. That's David Van Hook. And there's a more loss on the yard. So 4th down and 22 or 23 to get it into the end zone. He was untouched, just muffed the ball, I guess, switching hands.
You know, like I say, Danny, the fans at home love this kind of stuff, but you and I tend to be purists. That's not football. You got to go in 21 points. You got to get to the end zone. That's what Wayne Hills is trying to do.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter here from West Morris, where the Wolfpack has a 21-0 lead over the Patriots. The Pete Piccirillo Field shows 21-0. We'll be back for the start of the fourth quarter.
Hey parents, Anchor Golf and Recreation is now registering full and half-day golf camps. Anchor Golf Day Camps are designed to teach children fundamentals of golf. To register your child for golf camp, go online and click the registration tab at anchorgolfcenter.com. Anchor now has 4 dedicated outdoor lighted pickleball courts. Call to reserve your court today. Check out Anchor's 18-hole miniature golf course with new features. It's fun for the whole family.
Down and goal to go, but the ball spotted on the 23. Fitzsimmons passes the ball on the hook and ladder, but they will fall short once again. That's about the 5th play of all trickery. De La Garde almost gets there, but not quite enough, and the Wolfpack will take over.
You know, Dana, it's got to be 4 trick plays, maybe even in a row, and for me, that's that's desperation. It's sad to say that. They've had some success, but that's not what got them here into the playoffs, and it's not certainly nothing that they need to go to. I'm a fan of a trick play every now and then, but to be their whole core of their offense, which is what we've seen. And I don't want to be critical, but you're not going to beat West Morris by doing that. And they needed to get points, and they needed something in the third quarter.
11:52 remaining here in the football game.
You're going to see a slow tempo now from here to the next 12 minutes.
Maragliata in the backfield. There's a timeout on the field. Looks like West Morris is going to have to take a timeout. A little bit of confusion. Actually, I think they were short one man and coming late into the play.
Yeah, that's not going to sit tight with the West Morris coaching staff, Danny.
The biggest fan base out that we have, A.J. Cadella's fan base. And A.J., I guess, forgot to come in. First down and 10. And there's still a timeout, so you know, Howie, it's a blessing always to do these playoff games, and you know, just hearing what's going on around our area, such exciting football. Mount Olive victorious will move on to the second round, and a couple other victories with some of the big state sports teams in our footprint. And the ball's handed off to Maragliata, and he just.
Yeah, they're going to burn the clock. You know, Danny, within a certain radius, let's say 10, 15 miles, there is some serious high school football being played out here tonight. You got Mendham, you got West Morris, you got Mount Olive at home. Some great games, powerful victories. Mendham's in overtime, I think I heard, right, Danny?
Yes. Yeah, we'll wait to get that score from our producer and people giving us shout-outs. 28-28. In overtime, and overtime is just about to start as the captains are out midfield waiting for the coin toss. And ball's handed off again to Maragliata, and he might get there for a first down.
Danny, he has it.
That's great tackle by Nunez, the junior, 6'0", 230.
Well, we don't want to give a spoiler alert, but West Morris is going to run the ball, and they're going to run it up the middle. And they're going to continue to do it until there's all zeros on the clock. So they don't need to play a deep safety. West Morris will not throw the ball. They're going to kill the clock. So get in there. First guy, make the stop. Second guy, grab the football. They need the ball.
First down and 10. I'm getting messages. Does anybody have a score of West Essex? Please let us know. Ball's handed off to Benchowitz, and he cuts inside, gains about 3 yards. Ball spotted on the 24-yard line.
I'm going to look again, but it looks like Wayne Hills is playing with 2 safeties. Not deep, maybe high corners. I'd say bring him in and play linebacker. Let's watch the formation when they get set, Dean, and tell me what you think. It looks like they got, right now there's 1 safety, but I think they were playing last play with 2 safeties.
Second down and 7, ball spotted on the 24.
I'm not suggesting you eliminate the safety, but you don't need two of them, and they don't need to be 12 yards deep.
Brentowitz, the receiver here, probably as a decoy.
Yeah, they're not throwing the ball.
On the near side. Here's the motion, and the ball's handed off to Marsa.
And he's staying in bounds. That's the key. Stay in bounds if you're West Morris.
So that's the first carry, I think, of the game that we've seen Safavad Marsa, the big senior running back utility player. Third down and a couple. So once again, thanks for watching here under 10 minutes. Danny Weiss on the Big State Sports YouTube Network. Color analyst and partner for the season, Howie Weiss, alongside our producer, Andrew Brown. And up top is cameraman Paul Leal. Great job by the entire crew. There's Corkery in motion. Ball handed to Corkery. Corkery breaks a tackle, gets to the outside, stays on his feet, and is dragged down at the 35-yard line.
And the goal is protect the football, which is what he did, reading his block. We saw that play earlier for a touchdown. He just read the fullback's block, took his time, and in this case, just get the first down, move the sticks. They're down to about 8 minutes and 50 seconds, 45 seconds. That's what West Morris is doing on this drive. It's imperative for Wayne Hills to get the ball. Get rid of the safety, Danny. I'm not coaching. I'm too far removed up here in the booth, but that safety standing on the 45-yard line is doing absolutely no good.
First down and 10 for the Wolfpack. There's the motion by Brentowitz, and he gets the ball. Big block by number 56, but Brentowitz gets enough for the first down.
That was a shoestring tackle by the safety number 15. But again, it was, 12 yards down the field.
Let's watch Brady Ashburn on this block, number 56.
All right, here we go. The guard pulled. There's the kick-out block. Beautiful job. And there's a shoestring tackle. Nice play.
So the ball spotted on the 49 as West Morris drive continues. No points here in the second half, but are leading 21-0 in the first round of the playoffs. And the NJSAII North Section 2 Group 3.
He's 12. His safety's 12 yards, 15 yards in the backfield.
And the pitch to Corkery. Corkery again leaves his feet.
We're going to have a chat with his grandfather about that. What's happening with Corkery leaving his feet? Nothing good's going to come of that.
Second down and 3. He's looking for his 4th touchdown. 7:30 remaining here in the football game.
I don't see a run like that going to end up in a touchdown. It does make for a very nice photograph, but it's not fundamentally sound football. And at this point, as they're getting ready for next week, you want to be fundamentally sound. Again, I'm going to drop it after this play, but the safety's 12 yards deep. It's completely not necessary. They're not going to throw the football.
And there's the pitch to Corkery. Corkery shakes and shivers and gets enough for the first down. Ball spotted on the 38 of Wayne Hills.
You know, Danny, in this situation, the last guy you want making a tackle is the safety, because that means the running back picked up 5, 7, 10 yards. You want to stop him at the point of attack, bring an extra linebacker, bring in an extra lineman, and stop him at the point of attack. They're getting way too many yards because they don't have enough defenders at the point of attack. Goes back to what I've said since week 0. It's a numbers game, Danny. It's a numbers game, and they're not giving them a numbers game.
Mars, the receiver, actually comes into the slot. Maragliata in the backfield. Ricky Forte under center. Corkery goes in motion. Ricky Forte with protection, lofts the ball up to Peter. And Maragliata incomplete. Great coverage on the play by number 25, Evan Rappaport, the sophomore linebacker. Great job, great coverage.
Now, you know what that play was all about. That was just to go for the jugular, to keep them honest. You know, I've been harping since this whole drive started, they're not going to throw. But you know what? You keep them honest every now and then. I don't think we're going to see much more, because look what happened. The clock stopped, Danny. The clock stopped.
Stopped at 6:18. Again, I'm Danny Weiss. One last time for a shout-out, 973-332-8107. Let me know who you're rooting from and who your favorite player is. And Borgia, the ball carrier, and he gets a first down Let's go back to the replay on that.
You know, we've seen him in this
In
position
the Wildcat,
before.
yeah.
You know, Danny, week 0 when we covered West Morris Mendham, Borgia in the Wildcat position threw a touchdown pass. There he picked up 14 yards.
So I think we got an update from Mendham, and Mendham just scored. It's 35-28, if I'm not mistaken. But Riverdale does get a chance with the football. First down and 10, Miragliata in the backfield.
Look at the guards pulling.
And Miragliata,
nice, patient.
Yep, stays on his feet. He's still on his feet.
Miragliata on the carry.
You know, this was the success in the first half. On first down, picked up 5. They've been picking up 6 and 7, maybe short of 5. They picked up 4 yards on first down. Clock is ticking.
5-minute mark. Ball spotted on the 16-yard line. This quarter, all West Morris, at least this part of the quarter.
Yeah, Wayne Hills had their opportunity, Danny. They were down close. Couple of miscues.
Marsa, the receiver here on the near side. Miragliata in the backfield. Brentowitz, the wingman. But Corkery goes in motion, and the ball's handed off to Peter, and he stays on his feet. He's going to get into the end zone. Peter Miragliata with the score. 4:36 remaining in the game. West Morris 27. With Johnny Vieira coming out to attempt the extra point.
That was an interesting play, Danny, because the wingback in motion cut in as if he was going to be the lead block up the center, but Peter just took the ball, ran it off tackle. Nicely designed play.
And the kick is up and good. And that was a great block by Blake Parkinson. He number 76. Got to give credit.
Watch Corkery. He cuts in, but Peter runs outside a little bit. Caught him off guard. Very timely touchdown right there.
So 4:36 remaining here in the football game. 27-0. Wolfpack, if the score remains the same, and it looks like it will, West Morris will go to 8-2. The Patriots will even out their record of 5-5. But West Morris will move on.
Yeah, West Morris moving on. Danny would get them. They would be playing the winner of the Dwight Morrow West Essex game. That's the 2-7 matchup. And of course, it all depends who wins. West Essex wins. They're going to be playing at West Essex next week.
And Vieira with the kick, fielded on the goal line, taken to the 10, 15, 20. He's still on his feet. Good run back by number 22, Mongelli.
Yeah, he's their leading rusher. They're using him whenever they can. Great run by that senior. So I was saying, Danny, if West Morris wins, it really depends who wins the other game. Dwight Morrow, number 7, against West Essex, number 2.
And just word coming in, Riverdale beat Mendham on a 2-point conversion. So Riverdale is moving on, and Mendham's dream season comes to an end tonight.
Wow, that's a gutsy call. That's playoff football call.
Wow. And you could catch that game on Big State Sports.
Oh, here's a blitz.
And the ball's almost intercepted.
The quarterback got hit hard.
Great job there on the defense by Robert Fazzino, the junior defensive back, on the blitz.
Yeah, Fitzsimmons has shaken it up a little bit. That's the first time he's been hit really hard today. They've been putting good pressure on him, Danny, but they got to him that time on the blitz from the corner. Number 4, definitely number 4 was on that blitz from the corner.
So, so once again from Mendham, Riverdale Golden Hawks 36, Mendham Minutemen 35. Second down and 10. Quarterback in the shotgun.
He's
Good
coming again.
protection.
He's coming
Borgia with the pressure, and it's intercepted by Brady Bashford. He gets down to the 20, down to the 15, and he's driven out at the 12-yard line.
Yep, number 56 on the interception. You know, we're going to give credit to 56, but let's look at the replay. Watch what Tommy Borgia did. Here's the replay. Watch number 54. The quarterback had to throw that ball for his life. They did come in with the blitz from the corner, number 4, inching in, and then he comes. But watch the pressure from 54. He made it impossible. Made it impossible for the quarterback.
So
to be
for
successful.
Fazzino puts the pressure on, and Brady Ashburn intercepts. 4:13 remaining here in the football game.
Yeah, it seems like every time West Morris has success, it's a group effort. Whether their running back gets a big yardage because the guards are pulling, or in that case, the defensive line put tremendous pressure on Fitzsimmons, setting the ball up for being intercepted by 56. 4 minutes to go in the game, Danny.
First down and 10. Miragliotta in the backfield. There's the motion by Brenchowitz. He gets the football. Blocked by Ashburn. Brenchowitz cuts to the inside, and he picks up about 6 yards on the play to make it 2nd down and 4.
Now, Danny, you can question, I've said it earlier, every time after a turnover, West Morris goes to the end zone. But in this case, Coach Henley's being a sportsman. There's no reason to punch it into the end zone. The goal here for West Morris is to kill the clock.
Antonio Montella checks into the football game
We're
as
seeing the
coach.
same play again. There's the replay.
Yeah. Coach is making some changes.
Yeah, that don't expect West Morris to do anything except watch the clock tick down to zeros.
And Corkery comes out of the game for Brody Mansolino. And it's 2nd down and 4. West Morris 27,
Full
Wayne
house
Hills
backfield.
0. And the ball is handed to Miragliotta. And Miragliotta very close to a 1st down.
Danny, don't be surprised if they take him out of the game next. It's not about scoring at this point. It's about keeping that clock from 3 to 2 to 1.
So 3rd down and about a yard. But Corkery just does check back into the game. I guess it was just for that one play.
All right.
But still.
I think you're going to see a conservative run up the middle by Coach Henley here.
And Mansolini, only a sophomore, is a big part of the future of this football team. Ragliotta, the lone setback. Here's the motion. The ball's handed off to Corkery, and Corkery just
But he got a
falls
first
short.
down. I think he's got a first down, though.
Great tackle by number 3, Braden Verrey. And it's going to be, looks like no gain on the play. 3rd down and 1.
They might measure this one. Let's see what's happening. Are they going to call for the measurement?
Well, it looks like the referee pointed for the 1st down. Yes, 1st and goal.
Yeah, that's exactly. They should start the clock in a second. As soon as they get the ball set, there it comes. Clock is going.
1st and goal for the Wolfpack. 2:20 and counting here. And looks like West Morris will move on to the 2nd round of the Section 2 Group 3 playoffs.
Yeah, they're going to let that clock tick down as long as possible. He's waiting for a signal. One of the referees should give him the 5-second countdown.
I'm looking. Yep, there it goes.
That's the back judge back there, right?
And that's a class act right there. So some personnel changes for West Morris. And that's going to really take us. That's the football game right there. So the number seed West Morris coming in at 3 will move on, but we're waiting to get some scores.
Did we lose our feed, Danny? I can't really see. Are we? No, we're good. Okay, sorry. Yeah, they're going to take it down. Second, I would not be surprised if the quarterback takes a knee.
Yeah, no, he took a knee last time, and he's
there
going
it
to take it again. So,
yep, like I said, Danny, it wasn't about scoring. It was about killing the clock, and that's exactly what West Morris coaching staff did. There's no reason to further put points on the board. You have a very respectful opponent.
Under a minute left here in the football game, and it looks like Jackson Corkery is going to be our Big State Sports.
Yeah, unless you and I want to talk about that, Dan, maybe find somebody else who had 3 touchdowns, was all over the field on special teams, defense. That young man had a game.
Yes, he did.
I do want to find out from Tommy Borgia where he learned that swim move because that was impressive.
I bet he's got a good story for you.
We're going to ask him.
And that's going to take us under 30 seconds here. And West Morris will advance to the second round. But, hey, folks, listen. Join us on all the playoff games. If you missed any of them, go to Big State Sports in the search bar under YouTube, and you'll catch all of tonight's games. And, of course, make sure you take care of our sponsors right here. And if you want to sponsor with us, it's George at BigStateSports.com. That's it. On the Pete Piccirillo scoreboard, West Morris 28, Wayne Hill 0. I'm Danny Weiss alongside Howie Weiss. Thank you to our great producer tonight and cameraman. We will see you next week. Get home safe and have a great weekend.
Was superior in almost every aspect. We worked with contractors for almost everything in the firehouse, and Blue Nail really made us feel comfortable all the way through, from the contract to pre-planning to scheduling, getting the job done. We are thrilled that they were able to do the job for us.
Defense sleeping a little bit.
Jack Rewick playing outside linebacker. Corkery in motion. And the ball's handed to Corkery. He gets to the 25, down to the 30, and he gets out to the 37. Zavad Marsa, the receiver here on the near side.
Seeing a traditional Delaware type of offense.
And the ball's handed to Peter Miragliata, and he's taken down by the big man, number 71, Darian Kim. Marsa, the receiver here on the near side. Retchowitz in the slot. Retchowitz in motion. Ball handed off to Miragliota. He cuts to the outside down to the 40, and he's taken.
You know what? He has all the confidence in the world with his backfield. They got a full house backfield stepping up to the ball.
And Bracchiaforte takes it himself. And not only does he get the first down, but he's still on his feet. Yard line. Marsa, the receiver here on the near side. Corkery in motion on the sweep. He cuts out inside of Borgia, and he's
great open field tackle. Great open field tackle. TV monitor.
Marsa, the receiver on the far side.
Wing back in motion. Not surprised to see it.
Betchowitz in motion.
20's wide open.
Bracchiaforte to the pass to a wide open Corkery, and he's in for the touchdown.
Field, Danny. I'm sure most of the time we'll go to those guys.
Fitzsimmons in the shotgun, two receivers up top, ball handed off this time to Mongelli. Fitzsimmons in the shotgun on his own 32. Good protection. Pocket breaks down a little bit, and it's almost caught. Here on the near side. Betchowitz in motion, and the ball's handed off to Brady. He cuts on the inside, and he's tackled.
He was one situation.
Miragliata the lone setback. Marsa the receiver up top. And there's the motion by Brentowitz.
Counter. Danny, it's a counter.
And Corkery takes it to the 45, cuts inside. He's taking it on the wheels. 5, Marsa the receiver on the far side. Once again, Corkery in the slot. Here's the motion by Brentowitz. Ball handed off to Miragliota. And Peter gets down to the 25-yard line.
And this is what West Morris is doing. He's weakening. They're weakening the defense.
Corkery in motion. The ball handed off to Miragliata. And he gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage by Marsa. Wide to the left. Brentowitz in motion. The ball's handed off to Brentowitz. He cuts on the inside, and it is down somewhere around the 2-yard line.
Now that worked out favorably. I don't know if we.
Marsa, the receiver, on the far side. Brentowitz at the wing. Bracchiaforte ready to call the play as Corkery goes in motion, and the ball handed to Corkery, and Corkery's in for his second touchdown of the. And the ball's handed off. Nope, fake handoff. And the ball's handed off to Max DeLagarde. So a little bit of trickery on my end on this drive.
Yeah, we talked about it, Dan. Down and distance. That's been the success for West Morris.
Trips here on the near side. Quarterback back to pass. On the screen.
Nice play.
Handed off pass to number 22, Mongelli. 10 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Working on the sound.
Yeah, we're just working on the sound. So as soon as we get that fixed, we'll bring back the mayor of Washington. West Morris showing a blitz. And on the swing pass to number 8. Number on the far side. 2 receivers here up top, showing 5 receivers. Quarterback in the shotgun. Plenty of protection. Borgia does show pressure, and it's a great pass. And received by number 6, moving.
That was clutch, David. That was clutch.
Quarterback fakes to the left, throws it to a wide open, receiver over the head of number 11.
And it was a lot of fun. That little side wager they had with Tim Hill from Mendham.
All right, back to football action. Corkery in motion.
The guards
Brenchowitz.
Look at
The
guard
ball
pull.
carrier gets behind a blocker, and that blocker, Miragliata.
Down in distance, and it's putting a lot of pressure on Wayne Hills.
Marsa, the receiver here on the near side. Corkery at the wing.
Double wing.
Miragliota in the backfield. Plenty of time for Bracchiaforte, and he passes to Marsa, but it's
whole field.
Paul Leal,
Yeah,
the
Paul's
experienced
doing
Paul Leal.
He's doing a great job.
Corkery in motion,
Counter
and
again.
the ball's handed to Brenchowitz. Brenchowitz cuts on the inside to the 20, down to the 10, and he's taken down at the 5-yard line.
Almost a pure Delaware, almost like a wishbone.
Miragliata scoots to his right, and he runs, and Corkery for his 3rd touchdown. Mongelli in the backfield, and the ball's handed off to him. He gets to the 35, to the 40, and taken down.
Clock is running.
By number 21. It's up for the screen. Quarterback with plenty of protection, launches it up to number 11, but it's intercepted at the 26. Brenchowitz gets to the 40, down to the 45, the 50, cross. Quarterback back to pass. Ball's thrown into the end zone, and it's overthrown.
He had the receivers open. He had them open.
8.5.
Expired.
Corkery in the slot. Bracchiaforte passed the ball to a wide open Marsa. Marsa takes it and take it down to the center.
Danny, that was set up to be a hook and ladder. If you watch the replay, historically you don't see West Morris in a 4-man front very often, although we have seen it multiple times this year.
Beret, the receiver here on the near side. Quarterback in the shotgun. Once again, the ball's handed off.
Oh, there's a hole too.
And the ball is handed off to far side. Fitzsimmons in the shotgun.
Tommy Borgia is playing a stand-up. Nope, now he's down.
Quarterback with protection. Throws the ball, in and out of the hands of Array.
Yeah, of offensive plays we've seen, Danny. You've seen the same formation. Got double wing, which is almost like a trips on the short side of the field down by us.
And there's the motion by Brenchowitz. And the ball's fumbled. Bracchiaforte recovers.
Matchup between 71 from Wayne Hills and 54 from West Morris. Those two have been going at it.
Bracchiaforte passes it off to Corkery. Does not fool the defender. And a great
on top, Danny, I'd be concerned running.
And there's the motion by DeLagarde. Fake pass to the left. And the ball is up and thrown.
That's pass interference.
And it's going to be a pass interference.
Play call by Wayne Hills. Got to keep West Morris moving. Move the ball side to side. They're spread all over the field. 2 backs in the backfield here, Danny.
2nd down and 5. Ball fakes a handoff.
44 is wide open.
There's the pass. And it's incomplete. So good.
4th.
Though Riverdale is inside the Mendham 10. We'll go back to that. Let's stay tuned here. Wayne Hills. And he's going to make it.
No, Danny. And came away with nothing.
Marsa, the receiver here to pitch to Brenchowitz. Brenchowitz cuts to the outside. He's still on his feet. Gets to the 30 to the 35 for 40. Crosses over the mid. At Mountain Lakes. Tied up at 7, just to give you another score. I will. We're going to do some shout-outs right after this play.
All right.
Twin receivers on both sides of the field. There's the motion. Good
nice
protection.
play by
Borgia
Borgia.
breaks out, and he's going to get the sack.
I want you to watch.
4 receivers, actually 5 receivers. Trips here on the near side, 2 up top. Quarterback with a lot of pressure.
Oh, Borgia's being held.
And there's the pass, and it's...
Wes Morris is just standing back waiting for it.
First shout out, go Wolfpack, and A.J. Candela. They keep coming in. We'll read them as we go along. 2nd down and 10. Trips on the far side.
Oh, nice
Fake the
rush.
handoff, and the pass is complete.
A little bit of a bubble screen.
Down in 10. One receiver here on the near side. That's Monacera. Quarterback in the shotgun, hands it off. A reverse.
They're getting fancy.
And the ball is thrown to a wide open receiver, and it's caught. It's caught by Monacera. Injury timeout. Clock is winding down at 40 seconds. 3rd down and goal to go. There's the motion. Ball's again a reverse.
Option pass.
And and number.
But that safety standing on the 45-yard line is doing absolutely no good.
1st down and 10 for the Wolfpack. There's the motion by Brentowitz, and he gets the ball. Big block by number 56, but Brentowitz gets enough for the first. In the backfield, Ricky Forte under center. Corkery goes in motion. Ricky Forte with protection, lofts the ball up to Peter, and Maragliata incomplete. And Borgia, the ball carrier.
Borgia on the carry. That's enough for
Maragliata in backfield.
Look at the guards pulling.
And Maragliata.
Nice, patient.
Yep, stays on his feet. He's still on his feet.
Maragliata on the carry.
Brentowitz, the wingman. But Corkery goes in motion, and the ball's handed off to Peter, and he stays on his feet. He's going to get into the end zone. Peter Maragliata with the score. Men, Riverdale Golden Hawks 36, Mendham Minutemen 35. 2nd down and 10. Quarterback in the shotgun. Good protection. Borgia with the pressure, and it's intercepted by Brady Bashford. He gets down to the 20, down to the 15, and he's